show. Well, I think Team Awesome is awesome when you're in a state. Tune in to Team Awesome Inc.
Yeah. I went up with the other hand this time because I've had problems with this hand going this way and intersecting with her and causing a serious issue with her face.
I was told to be louder.
Not right off the bat. You're totally just, man, look at that. Look at the peaks and valleys. The peaks and the valleys. Thanks for joining us for this thing. It's M&V, Team A. We're ready to do another reaction for you. Aren't you lucky? The answer is yes. It's always yes. Don't ask that question anymore. Stop it. We told you quit asking if you're lucky or not. Yes, you are.
All
to
right.
the thing. The thing today is The Rock, and he's doing a wrestling movie. And I love The Rock, and I love wrestling. Secret tales of my childhood. I am an old school WWE and WWF fan. Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior were kind of my secret heroes. Growing up as a kid, I remember seeing them at the Civic Center where I grew up in the Midwest, and we watched Hulk and Ultimate Warrior take on Undertaker, and it was the coolest moment of my childhood life. So I love wrestling. I think I secretly love it. I think it's pretty great. I haven't been following it lately. I kind of left off on the NWO times of the 90s. But The Rock is very much a part of the wrestling culture. I loved what he did in the past. He was a tremendous role. And wrestling is awesome. And a part of all things that are awesome of Team Awesome Inc. and things that are nerdy, wrestling is nerdy. And this is a whole thing about a nerdy wrestling, not nerdy, but like a wrestling family that are just nerds about wrestling. It's called Fighting With My Family, and this is trailer 1. I don't know much about it. I don't know if it's necessarily comedy, a drama, or hybrid dramedy. I would love either of those.
When I was young, I was not a fan of wrestling, but I was a fan of wrestlers in movies because they're acting.
Hey.
What?
Man. Hey. They are not acting when they get hit. They're really. Have you seen those documentaries,
no, they're
dude?
getting hit.
Yeah, they're acting. Yeah, when they're not hurting each other.
Yeah,
and they're
but
not
it's
in pain.
coordinated.
I got you, brothers. I got you, brothers. You're gonna come into this show and you're gonna push around our wrestling family. Not today, V. Okay, sorry. Let's get to the thing before I wrestle out. Let's get to The Rock doing his thing with the whole thing. Ready? 3, 2.
Fun.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I'm watching that. Give me the remote. No, give it. It's hard.
Zach, what the bloody hell do you think you're doing? You really want to choke her out in a lot of fingers?
Yeah.
Now pull it tight. Oh, yeah, now she's in trouble.
Oh wait, I know you. You're from that weird family, aren't you?
We're not weird.
We don't like wrestling.
How do you know if you've never been?
I've never had rectal bleeding before, but I'm pretty sure I'm not a fan of that.
Oh my God.
I shove her head up your ass and then we can find out.
All right.
Hello?
My name is Hutch Morgan. I'm calling from WWE. We'd like both of you to come try out for us.
Is that Vince Vaughn?
Fake anyways.
What? Sorry about that.
Yes.
We're huge fans.
Thank you so much.
What advice would you give us? We want to be the next you.
What are your names again?
My name.
It doesn't matter what your names are.
Yeah.
You walk around here interrupting the Rock, you like you haven't seen the sun in 20 years. You like you just stepped out of Oliver Twist. Please, sir, may I have some more advice, sir? You want some advice? Here's the Rock's advice. Shut your mouth.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dwayne.
Got it.
Nice.
Good morning, wrestling nerds. Well, this is where we see whether or
Is
not
he
you
like the
get to go
bad
on to WWE.
This is our shot, Zach.
I know.
Why do you want to wrestle?
I'm the toughest bastard in any room.
Whoa.
Probably shouldn't swear, not when there's ladies present. Sorry, miss. Sorry about that.
Vince Vaughn.
If I call your name, that means you'll be coming with me to Florida. Paige. Thank you all very much.
You have to take my brother. No one deserves this more than Zach.
I wish you the best, son, but this is the end of the line for you.
Do you know what it's like to want one thing in life, and then your own sister takes it away from you?
It was my dream too.
I have no idea who I'm supposed to be out there.
You're not just doing this for you. You're doing it for the family.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah. So it's a bit of a dramedy. Okay, I love it. Interesting.
I myself have come from a wrestling family too. I know exactly what it means to you. But don't worry about being the next me. Be the first you.
Yeah, there we go. See, he's just playing a role, man, like you said.
What?
It's Dwayne Johnson. How are you?
Prove it.
If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
Yeah, and I'm Vin Diesel, mate.
I'm sorry.
Dude, that's legit.
Oh my god.
February, just in
Okay.
time for Valentine's Day. Spending it with The Rock.
This looks
Wrestling.
funny.
Why not? Sorry. Carry on.
Sorry, I'm more excited that The Rock is playing The Rock.
Yeah. He's playing The Rock. I mean, like, it's maybe a version of himself, you know, like a caricaturization of himself. Maybe his ego, his super ego and all of that, and he's kind of throwing it all in there. That I would love that.
Yeah.
Nick Frost is there being Nick Frost, and I love Nick Frost, and he's tremendous. Vince Vaughn. Had no idea. Didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
But playing this sort of bitter, like, coach, almost like Mick from Rocky, if you will.
Yeah.
He sort of gives me those vibes in a sort of, you know, bitter old man teaching the young crew what's up or whatever. I think it's great, and I love that it's more of a woman's perspective. What did you think about that? This is more of a female led film, isn't it? This is a female led movie. It's a female lead in a wrestling movie. Whoa! I just realized that. That's awesome. And The Rock's he's like the mentor along with Vince. Whoa! What do you think? You're a lady.
It's like Karate Kid 2.
Wait, Karate Kid 2? You
Was
mean
it
the
Karate
new
Kid
Karate
3?
Kid? The new Karate Kid with what's her name?
Hilary Swank.
Yes, that's the new Karate Kid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I believe. Yep. Carry on. Correct us in the bottom below.
Yeah, let us
Correct
know
in the
which
bottom below.
movie that is.
Bottom below.
No, I think it's great. I tend to be indifferent when it comes to like female-led movies.
Oh.
I just think now that there are I think it's important for.
Right.
I think it's more important how females are represented as a lead
There you
because
go.
there have always been female leads.
Nice. Would you agree that if it helps service the story, it works? You know.
Yeah,
but
no,
it doesn't
absolutely.
matter, right? Like the hero's journey is what's the story, and
Yeah.
we're curious to know this lead lady's journey because it's like her and her brother, and now there's this problem where she's advancing, he's not, and then there's this like weird, maybe there is a sexist angle that we might have to discuss in the movie and discuss as a society. Which, hey, you know, like I think that's a good thing because these are important conversations to have, and movies are a great way of sort of breaking the ice.
I just wanted to say something really quick. I feel like I'm really happy that Vince Vaughn is in this movie. I feel like
Yeah.
Vince Vaughn and D'Onofrio.
Vincent D'Onofrio?
It is Vincent D'Onofrio. I wasn't sure. I was like Vincent.
What about Vincent D'Onofrio?
I feel like
Kingpin.
those two
Daredevil.
actors are the ones that most randomly show up in movies and you don't expect it.
D'Onofrio always shows up in horror movies. Vince Vaughn always shows up in everything else.
Yeah.
Like Vincent D'Onofrio always shows up in a horror movie like, hey, look out. And then Vince Vaughn. It sounds weird calling him Vincent Vaughn. Vince Vaughn. Vinny Vaughn. When he shows up, it's usually like, hey, I'm in everything. Randomly. Like everything that isn't a horror movie.
And it always works.
Yeah. Hey,
for either of them.
when you got a Vincent involved, it's usually pretty decent.
Yeah, no, I think this looks really good. I'm actually excited for it.
Yeah, me too. Sorry, like I'm, you know, again, a wrestling film that is told from this kind of an interesting perspective. It's not that it's an entirely new take. It's just that it's such a unique perspective to come from, which I love that. I love that it's such a unique thing, and in that regard. But the fact that it's, you know, again, wrestling film. I mean, yeah, it's an intense sort of concept to play with. And then to throw a female lead in there in this sort of high budget thing with you know The Rock sort of like lending his name and his star power to it. That's really cool. So I'm down. So let's say out of 5, well, if you could smell what he's cooking, what's the rating scale?
The Rock.
Exactly, and what he's cooking. So out of 5 of those, out of 5 of the rocks, what do you give this? 5 of the rocks. The rocks.
I'm going to give it a 4.
For the rocks. Out of 5. Why not a full 5 the rocks? What's your problem?
Well, because
Sorry.
I honestly don't doubt that this movie is going to be good.
Yes.
That's
Well, it's not so much a comedy as I think it's more of a dramedy. I mean, like, I got that the comedic elements were there, but I feel like that's just the beginning of the trailer selling us on that sort of fun element that's going to be there. Like, don't worry, it's going to be fun. It's wrestling. It's not going to be intense. It is, but it's going to be fun. But also, you're going to get your drama. You're going to get your slice of life in this world, and you're going to see what's going on behind the scenes, and then you're going to get the show too. So I think this, as far as the trailer's selling me on the film, it sold me. So I'm going to say out of 5 The Rocks, I'm giving it surprisingly 4.5. I was gonna just go 4, but I'm going a point above because I'm really down because this
Yeah.
seems so unique. And also, I think, what are they from? Australia, New Zealand, or something?
Maybe.
They're from another part of the world, and that fish out of water thing too is really great. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this reactione and review yoni.
Yerp.
Those aren't words, but thank you
No.
for tuning in. Description is our links below to podcast and everything else, and don't forget to click the subscribe button. We have a community thing. There's a community tab, so we're gonna start posting stuff there because it's easier. So if you want to do that, go to the community tab. That's the thing that we're doing now.
Yep.
All right, thank you, and God bless you, and America, and New Zealand. God bless New Zealand. It's great. It's a hell of a place, New Zealand.
That took a weird turn.
Bye.
Bye.
Jixie, let me cook. Can you smell what he cooks?
This has been Team Awesome. Team Awesome. What a fun experience. Well, you know we do it to the soul right. Awesome. Here at Team Awesome Inc. Wink, wink. Shut up. Yeah.